Hello everyone, I am Top Deck Advance, and in today's video I am going to look through, I guess, react, and look at some cards that were revealed in Pokemon Pocket's newest set. It looks like it's called Paldean Wonders, Paldean Wonders. So a little bit about me, if you don't know, I've barely played Pokemon. I guess I played like an hour of Pokemon Platinum, but most of that hour was just done through with reading, on trying to understand the game. I guess I could tell you that I've just started with a Piplup and I've only caught a Shinx so far. I hear there are like gyms that you could try to get badges for. I haven't gone into any building that's equivalent to a gym just yet. Yeah, so I'm pretty much like a noob when it comes to Pokemon. But I just enjoy card games and I enjoy shorter card games, and Pokemon Pocket just so happened to fit that criteria. I have seen a few Pokemon that have become my favorite even without playing the game, and Pokemon Pocket has shown me a lot more. Pokemon that I've come to love. So this type of trailer reaction is just going to be through the perspective of a casual card gamer who wants to be good at Pokemon Pocket. I don't know so much about the IP. I might one day, but right now I'm just a casual looking at this trailer without being a actual Pokemon fan, but as a fan of Pokemon TCG Pocket. So looks like it's called Paldean Wonders, and without further ado, let's not waste time. Sprigatito, Fuecoco. We'll go through the cards at the end, I promise. Quaxly. Alright. Paldean Wonders. Pawmi. Maushold. Oh, that one looks in the middle. That one looks cool. Meowscarada EX. I did hear about Meowscarada EX, so. Gholdengo EX. Nemona, Arven. February 25th. Oh, that's February 25th. Wow, that's like 5 days from now. Okay, so I don't know how to like move the cards through slowly. So yeah, like I said, there isn't anything that I could just see and just like go pop off with familiarity. But we'll just see what kind of cards they show us. Hopefully there's some cards that are exciting, some cards that I do like this animation though. Some cards that are exciting, some cards that I'm trying to I can't think right now. I'm sorry. I always lose my train of thought. But yeah, if there's like any cards that are in the game, what potential synergies they have. And unfortunately right now we just see a Sprigatito, 60 HP. I forget, is it leaf or grass type? I'm pretty sure it's grass type. For just 1 energy, leafage, 20 damage. Of course, weakness to fire. It is very cute. In Pokemon Pocket, there is a Sprigatito that exists that kind of tutors. It doesn't do damage, but it's cry for help. You play it, 1 energy, activate it, and it pretty much tutors a grass type Pokemon of any kind into your hand. So this almost feels like a downgrade. We did see the Meowscarada EX, which I do know of Meowscarada. I did try making a deck with that, and that's why I'm very familiar with the Sprigatito that tutors. All right, and we have Fuecoco, 70 HP fire type. I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm sorry. Put 1 random basic Pokemon from your deck onto your bench. Okay, this got a little interesting. So we're not needing to I'm just comparing it to the I think it's an original Sprigatito. It puts it in your hand. Here it takes a basic and puts it onto your bench. And this is a colorless, so that's very interesting. Right now I can't really think of any decks that might want to play this. Oh, it has a retreat cost of 2, so it's not as bad if you open up with this. But yeah, there's definitely a handful of Pokemon that you would want to try to get onto your bench. Because like if you get a basic on your bench and you have the stage 2, I mean the stage 1, or if you have a rare candy stage 2, that's definitely something you could do. So yeah, I could see this working. There might be some decks that might want to give this a try, because I'm just thinking of like some decks I play right now. Right now I play a control deck with Mega Absol EX and Darkrai EX. Those would be nice to have into my bench for next turn. I'm just thinking about Cry for Help for some reason. I'm just comparing these two. If you have a grass type that you can put down, next turn you could play Quick Grow Extract, because it technically is the next turn when it goes back to you. So you could play Fuecoco, 1 energy, put the basic onto your bench, and then next turn you could just play Quick Growth Extract. So yeah, it's almost like although it's random, you get to evolve whatever you get on your bench the next turn, if that's the deck that you're going for. So I can see this working out. I don't think it's amazing, but all right. So I don't think it's amazing, but there's definitely potential for it. So right now we have Quaxly, a 60 HP basic water type, 1 water energy, splashing dodge does 10, flip a coin. Oh dear. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Okay, so this is one that I can see if you want to try and stall. I think this already exists with an ability from an already existing Pokemon, and that is Meowth. I think Meowth is like an ability. If the opponent attacks, you flip a coin. If it's heads, then it's the same text. Prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. So, unless there's a good evolution for Quaxly, which I don't know the evolutions, to me it almost feels like a worse Meowth. And don't quote me on this. I absolutely can be wrong. Like I said, I'm just a casual card gamer who just really likes Pocket and doesn't know the IP so well. I do like this shot though. I really do. I think all of them look really cute, and I think Sprigatito, just in my opinion, is the most adorable of the 3. Are those the starters for Paldean? I actually don't know. I can't name any of these Pokemon. I feel like I've seen this one before. This one looks cool. I don't know who that is. And I think we saw like a Gholdengo or whatever the name was called. Paldean Wonders. Alright, so Pawmi, 60 HP, basic electric type, random spark. This attack does 10 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, you can choose. Sweet. I know that's definitely the craze of you play this and then it enables you to get a kill off with Cyrus, like play Cyrus, put the targeted Pokemon on the active spot, do damage to it, and you probably win the game with that kind of momentum. 10 damage is enough, and you can choose. You can choose if you want to go the active spot, which could be interesting. It's I mean, Giovanni can do the same thing, and it's a supporter. I do know there's a Magna something Pokemon that it's a stage 1, but it's not the one that generates its own energy. It's the one that you can target. Like you do 20 damage to active, and I think 1 to the bench of your choosing, and there's an item to boost that attack. Again, there's potentially some cards that could synergize with this, or it's just a generic for people to collect. Because I know, I feel like Pocket isn't prioritized to be a competitive game. It's prioritized to be for casual collectors and stuff. All right, we saw 3 cards there. All right, Smoliv. Does that say absorb? Yeah, it does say absorb. Is a 60 HP basic grass type. Oh, it's kind of cute. Smoliv. Oh, it's an olive, right? Absorb. Heal 10 HP. It could deal damage. Because of the name absorb, it could potentially do 10 damage and just heal for 10 itself. Alright, again, probably just some cards for people to collect. I don't know any outside context to possibly think of anything. Fidough is a basic 60 HP psychic type with a 1 energy rear kick that does 20. Has a retreat cost of 2. Yikes. I've had my fair share of having a bunch of basics with 1 retreat cost, and then I have 1 basic with like 2 retreat costs, and I end up having to lead off of that Pokemon, and I just feel like I'm so behind. This just feels like it hints to me that there's potentially something big that goes with Fidough, or there is that Peculiar Plaza Stadium card that completely fixes that issue. It completely fixes that issue if you have the Peculiar Plaza Stadium card. But obviously, we're gonna have to see more, see what Fidough could do. And we got Paldean Wooper, 60 HP Dark type basic, and with 1 colorless, 1 dark type, you get Flop for 40. All right, again, either a basic generic card, or there's something that could be added to this. I'm just gonna. I actually want to see what Smoliv does. Oh shoot. How do I feel like there's some keys that. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so it does do 10. I found the keys. Oh. Shoot. Go back. Completely missed this one. Alright, Maushold is a stage 1 60 HP colorless. For 2 colorless energy, triple gnawing, flip 3 coins. For each heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Retreat cost of 1. I'm sitting here about thinking about this one because isn't there a Pokemon in the last set that says you can add all the Mausholds to your bench, like from deck to bench? Mausholds and Tandem Mouse, I think it was called. But yeah, like the thing that about Maushold that I don't think people like realize yet is, if I'm thinking of the right Pokemon, if you play that basic Pokemon that gets all your other Pokemon from your deck to your bench, it can be a stage 1 and it could still be on your bench without the need of a basic. So that's interesting. Definitely going to need some setup. And however, I think the other one required other of the Pokemon type to be stronger, but here it doesn't need the other cards. It just needs 2 energy and reliable coin flips. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. Definitely going to be fun to try. I don't think it's going to be meta. Okay, so there has been audio being picked up. Just want to see if there's like anything else in between. Nope, it's just the cards. That middle one looks so cool. We'll read it last. Klawf is a basic 100 HP fighting type. Adrenaline Hammer. This Pokemon is now confused. Help? Oh man. Oh yeah, that's right. It's almost like a Oricorio counter, but it has a retreat cost of 3. Oh man. That's heavy helmet synergy, or this is going to be a random card, but if they pull like Lyra synergy, but I can't really see this being anything else other than just being a pure fighting type Oricorio counter. Isn't Oricorio weak to fighting? So if it has a giant cape on, Klawf will take it out in one shot. All right. Now, like I said, the one in the middle looks really cool. So we have on the right, Tinkatink is a basic 60 HP metal steel type with beat, 2 energy, 1 colorless, 1 steel. I know there's like the evolution line, which is more of a coin flip ability. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's a Pokemon that already exists that evolves from Tinkatink. Why did I say Tinkatink? I'm tired. All right. Ceruledge is a stage 1 110 HP psychic type. Looks so insane. It looks sick. It really does. Oh man, this is one I want to have as a collector. I hope there's alternate full arts for this. So, Fighting Sword is 2 psychic, 1 colorless. So there's potential for baby Pokemon synergy. And it does 70 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX, this does 70 more damage. So for 143 energy, if it is a psychic, it's not psychic, if it's an EX, it does 140. Last set, Fantastical Parade showed so much, had so much synergy. Like this has a retreat cost of 2. Means you get a free retreat if you have Peculiar Plaza. This is going to be a stretch, but I know it's a stage 1. Combining it with a stage 2 is a little iffy, but there's the Aegislash that does plus 30. That does plus 30 for all your steel or metal and psychic types. So if you're ever trying to do Ceruledge and Aegislash, even though they're two different energy types, you ever want to put them together, they could give you 170 damage for 3 energy. It just requires a lot of setup. But I think 170 might actually be a pretty, strong enough threshold, assuming they don't Lucky Ice Pop heal all of your damage away. But yeah, right now this is what I can think of. Maybe definitely some room with Mega Gardevoir EX that can just add the psychic types whenever it attacks. There's definitely a lot of psychic synergy that could potentially work with this card, or this card can be worked with, but it's the same issue with a Meowscarada. I think Meowscarada is decent, but it's just near useless if there's no EX Pokemon for this to attack. And here's the one that I did see, Meowscarada EX. It is a stage 2, 160 HP grass type. So it's kind of funny that we did see the Sprigatito at the beginning, but I still feel like the Cry for Help Sprigatito is definitely better. There's also Quick Grow Extract, which I think really does help out with the grass types. But let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. This is Flower Trick for 1 grass energy. Choose a spot from among your opponent's active spot and bench. At the end of your opponent's next turn, do 70 damage to the Pokemon in the spot you chose. Wait, this sounds fun. Oh my goodness. This sounds fun. For oh no, wait, it's a I was just thinking 70 damage or Choreo, but it's an EX. It's not gonna take. Is that how that works? Just because it's an EX, it's just gonna completely negate Choreo damage? That is interesting though. Cause you're definitely forcing your opponent to like so of course you're gonna think so of course like by default you're gonna retreat a Pokemon out of your active spot to save it from getting damaged. But here this can have the opposite effect where if you want your opponent if you want to like force a Pokemon into the active spot, actually that could be like a double whammy, because that means that the Pokemon that they switch out from the active spot into the bench is gonna take 70 damage. It's still gonna do the 70 damage, but it's just gonna be on the second worst thing for your opponent, or maybe the third worst thing, depending. Actually no, since you're picking a spot, there's just going to be 1 of 2 Pokemon, or if they just find a way to like pull it back into hand, or just clear up that spot in general. But there's definitely a lot of mind games, because like I said, if you Flower Trick on the bench and it's a Pokemon that they don't want damage on, they're gonna avoid taking the 70 damage, so they're gonna put it in the active spot. Next turn, you can set up doing damage to the new active Pokemon. And it has a retreat cost of 1, which I think really helps out with this kind of playstyle. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of fun mind games that could happen. I like it when they just come up with new abilities. I know Pocket isn't 1-to-1 with the actual TCG, so they're able to just come up with their own new cards to and new abilities, and that's why I like it. I nothing has like blown my mind, or maybe this did, just in a way of, I don't think it's strong, but I think it's fun, and I definitely am probably gonna try to make a deck with this, because again, I feel like it's a double whammy. If you can force something into the active spot, and it says at the end of your opponent's next turn, means that you do this 70 damage, and then you have priority, you have control to do what you want to do if you're able to do it. But honestly, I love this. I genuinely love this. Maybe if you have the regular Meowscarada, you can force an EX in, and I think it does 130 damage to it, like that like that psychic card we just saw. But yeah, this is fun. Gholdengo is the name. My apologies. Gholdengo. Gholdengo EX is a stage 1, 150 HP steel type, and it has spending. What is this? Is that like Gimme Goal or something? Whatever. I can't remember. But I know, like, isn't this like a psychic type or something? No, kind of. I can now kind of understand why Aegis Slash now boosts psychic types. I mean, it could boost Jingling, and Jingling is a free attack. But all right, Gimme Goal. Oh, it even says the name right here. I'm stupid. Okay, attack. 1 steel type, spending rush. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random For each steel type energy attached to this Pokemon, for each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 40 damage to it. Okay, okay. So the very first card that came to mind, okay, I'm just gonna pull up Pocket, see if it does what I'm thinking of. Because the first thing that came to my mind is that it reminds me of Genesect. And Genesect was that one steel type that it was actually colorless, but it synergized with steel type, did more damage for every steel type. I tried making a deck with it with Dialga EX, and let me see if Dialga does what I hope it does. If not, then that's fine. So Dialga here says, take 2 steel energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Oh, so it doesn't have to be a steel type. And Gimme-Ghoul. Oh, Gimme-Ghoul, not Gimme-Ghoul. Okay, so Gimme-Ghoul. Oh, I actually have a Japanese version. I only have one though. I'm gonna wishlist this actually. Gimme-Ghoul is man, I don't have the one in English, so I can't. Oh, I can translate it, right? No. Oh crap, I can't translate it. Whoops. Oh, okay. It's at the bottom. I'm slow. I'm so slow. Flip a coin if heads during your next turn. Prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Okay, so this text is copied a lot, and I'm pretty sure, like Meowth has that as an ability. But yeah, the fact that Dialga EX does not can attach energy to Pokemon on your bench, and it doesn't need to be a steel type. It is something I tried to do with Genesect, where you just have Dialga on the active spot, and you just keep playing, you just keep attacking with it, just keep attaching energy to your Genesect, and hopefully you end with a big bang. But I'm thinking of the same thing with Gholdengo. You just make sure you have the retreat and the ability to get Dialga to your active spot, and then you just have the 2 steel type energy attached. You just keep attacking with it, and you're just ramping up energy after energy after energy after energy. And when the Dialga dies or faints, you can put Gholdengo in, attach 1 extra energy to it, and just have fun with it. Oh man, this is I don't think it's good, but I think it's fun. Like, you probably could maybe get 3 points in one go, assuming you're able to just keep your Dialga alive. And there's several ways to do it with steel types. There's Metal Core Barrier. There is oh my god, Metal Core Barrier, and you have that steel type Meowth that could just get those back. Adaman, Steel Apron. There's just so many defensive ways, so many defensive synergies for steel types that I think this could be possible. And again, I don't think it's good, but I think it's gonna be fun. Okay, supporters, here we go. Nemona. During this turn, attacks used by your Pawmi do plus 80 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. Okay, so this just quadruples red. Did we see Pawmi? But plus 80 to an EX, that's crazy. Let me just look up Pawmi, see if we did see Pawmi earlier. Wait, is this a pocket? Actually, it says Shining Revelries. Pokemon's in the active spot. Well, this looks so familiar. We probably did see some kind of Pokemon. And then there's this Palmot that says like electric punch for 2 energy, 70 damage. Has no retreat cost. That's weird, but you know, more anti-EX cards. I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna do a lot of damage to like your Megaulteria EXs, maybe the Suicunes, the Absols, not the Hydreigons. Apparently Hydreigon is a big issue, and I did try to make a deck to counter Hydreigon, but I just didn't come across them in the ladder. And anything that's not Hydreigon or not Darkness, rough matchup. Arven, I feel like I might have that card. Not one-to-one with this. I think it had to do with items. Arven, flip a coin. If heads, put a random item card from your deck into your hand. If tails, put a random tool card from your deck into your hand. It's a card where if it's heads or tails, you are getting something out of it. But if you're running one of each, like one item card you want back, or one tool card you want back, then it's just a 50-50 of each. Isn't Pokeball an item card? If it is, so this is potentially a third Pokeball that's just going to cost you a supporter. And funny enough, Tails also gives you an item. Well, although I just see coin flips as the Tails is the default and heads is just the bonus. It's probably the best way to look at a game, especially with the RNG that Pokemon Pocket has. And if I remember correctly, Will, the supporter card that lets you flip a coin and guarantees you heads, is only active on the turn that you play him. You can only play one supporter, so you can't go Will into Arven. And even over the course of 2 turns, you still can't go Will into Arven, because I think the effect of Will goes away when your turn ends. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, this is from your deck. I'm dumb. It is not Meowth. This is for what's already in your deck. So, okay, this might be just slightly better than how I initially thought it was. I can't read. Why do I play card games? But yeah, we have a potential Pokeball tutor. If not, then maybe Poison Barb, Rocky Helmet, other items that you want to run. And if you get Tails in, if you put a tool in, then you could probably get a tool out of this. Okay, this is a lot better than how I initially incorrectly read the card. But I don't think it's like super amazing. I'd be curious to see what other people, how other people feel about these cards, because I feel like they've hit Master Ball rank, and I'm not even close to it. But yeah, a lot better than what I initially thought. And we got the new Stadium Mesagoza, which actually looks pretty. I'm getting Super Mario Sunshine vibes off of this. Alright, so Stadium card. Once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, that player puts a random Pokemon from their deck into their hand. And of course, you can only play one Stadium per turn. If your opponent has a Stadium, it gets rid of the other Stadium. Like, only one can exist in play. Knowing me, this is giving my opponents all the cards they want, and I'm never getting a card. Potential synergies that I can see with this. Obviously, if you have crucial combos that you need, like you have a rare candy, but you don't have the stage 2. You could potentially draw the stage 2. Because I've definitely been in positions where I just have the rare candy and not the stage 2, and vice versa. Other potential combos I could see with this is I need to stop saying hand disruption. Like Mars and red card, if they keep flipping heads and their hand size is bigger, obviously, it's helping your opponent get through the deck. But if you red card them, or Mars them, it just gives those cards so much more value. But other than that, it doesn't feel like anything too impressive. Yeah, there's just nothing I can think of that exists in Pocket that would help out with this. Oh, more cards. We got... I'm pretty sure there are cards that we... No, because they did that with Fantastical Parade. That's how Medical Barrier was revealed. Okay, so we got that Smoliv. We saw that. Saw Arven. Fidough, that's what it's called. I remember seeing a random Spark. Meowscarada EX, Nemona, Maushold, Tinkatink, Gholdengo, Mesa, and then Sprigatito, Fuecoco. I need to stop saying Fuego, and Quaxly. So just one pack, available 5 days after recording this. Okay, alright, so, alright. Okay, so, I just want to go back to, like, if there's, like, any Paw cards that could potentially synergize with Nemona. Like, I think, oh, like, I think, that's the Pokemon that it evolves into from that. I just want to see if, okay, so we got the Pawmi. Yeah, so that's just Pawmi, and that's just a basic. You know, that's literally what I just said. Like, it's not Pawmi, right? Yeah, well, it wasn't Pawmi. But it... Okay, hold on. Where's that other card? If Pawmot is the same thing as Pawmi, where it attacks where it does a similar attack with just more damage, that means that you could deal more than 80 damage. It's like 80 damage plus whatever Pawmi has. Okay, I got a very stupid cook here. If it works this way. Memory light. I have to cut it here to save myself the embarrassment, because Nemona specifically states your opponent's active EX Pokemon, not just any Pokemon that you choose. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know how I'm going to build Meowscarada EX, even though I think the ability is super fun. Gholdengo, I'm thinking of Dialga EX, and I just constantly keep ramping up that steel type energy. I just thought of something that Arven could actually do. Okay, so there's a Pawmot. I didn't know wasn't sure if it was real or not, because Pawmot has a retreat cost of 0. This Pokemon normally is slow to react, but once it enters battle, it will strike down enemies with lightning fast movements. Okay, so it's just like on flavor with has no retreat cost. That's wild. It is a stage 2, 140. Yeah, two electric types, electric punch for 70. Plus 80 will give you 150 damage to an opponent's EX. And it has a counterattack ability. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack, it does 20 damage back. Okay, so Nemona says the attacks, not the abilities. But if I only have one of these, I'm going to wishlist this too. I still love the memory light idea. I love the memory light idea, but yeah, that's all I could think of. And then there's Pawmi and Pawmo is the stage 1. Yeah, but just as I'm talking about this, I like playing Sweets Relay. Going back to Arven, I like playing Sweets Relay, and I think a very powerful start to Sweets Relay is Cherubi, which is the quote unquote base baby Pokemon of Sweets Relay, where it can I'm trying to think, where it can get a free attack if it has a tool attached to it. So Arven here is actually a pretty decent tutor for Pokemon tools, because there's definitely a lot of tools that you would want to put in a maybe aggressive deck, like a Poison Barb or Rocky Helmet if you wanted to survive, maybe a Leaf Cape. Doesn't matter what the tool is. If you attach a tool to it, you're getting a free Sweets Relay attack, which means that your next Sweets Relay attack is already going to be active and it's going to do a lot more damage than it initially does. I can see this maybe in a Sweets Relay deck, and it's going to be very strong if you're able to get a Cherubi into your active spot, get an Arven, flip tails, and then get the Pokemon tool, get free attacks. If not, knowing my luck, I'm going to get the worst of the two. You can flip heads, and then maybe you get like a Pokeball, and then you just play the Pokeball. It thins out your deck even more. Sweets Relay Arven, baby. Yeah, that's all I can think of when it comes to. Yeah, that's all I can think of. I'm definitely gonna see that Mogwai video. His video is already way shorter than mine. But yeah, this doesn't feel like a very powerful set, but to me it just feels like a fun set, and I play this game. I do want to be good at it, but I also want to have some fun with it. Maybe on like lower ranks of the ladder, maybe I'll play a Meowscarada EX deck with mind games and stuff. Dialga Ramp Gholdengo. I remember the name because I can see it on my screen right now. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video, but I'm gonna be so proud of myself when I do. I hope enough people see it and maybe they just come up with the same things that I do. They're not going to be great decks, but they're going to be fun decks. And I think that's probably the best thing about Pokemon Pocket is you just see these new cards every month, which feels a little fast in my opinion, but I just want to have fun with this game. And I hope I can share the fun with you guys when I really get this channel going. But I have been yapping for over 46 minutes now. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you like my ideas. If not, you could tell me you hate it in the comments below. And have a great rest of your day.